Hello everyone, today we'll be talking about segmental odontomaxillary dysplasia. Segmental odontomaxillary dysplasia can be defined as an uncommon, non-hereditary, non-progressive developmental disorder affecting the upper jaw and related dental components. Hemimaxillofacial dysplasia was first recognized by Miles et al. In 1987, which has some similar clinical manifestations as segmental odontomaxillary dysplasia, but it demonstrates some degree of variability. Danforth et al. In 1990 reviewed 8 cases and named the condition as segmental odontomaxillary dysplasia. Later, Pakota et al. In 1996, he reported most common radiographic features of SOD. The exact pathogenesis of SOD is unknown, although it is suggested that it can be due to localized developmental anomaly in uterus, which causes unilateral developmental field defect involving first and second branchial arch, or it can be due to postzygotic mutations, which affects the progenitor cells, resulting in altered cloning of cells that influences the morphogenesis of maxilla. It has been seen that the segmental odontomaxillary dysplasia is seen more in males than in females. However, some literature shows female predominance. Maybe it depends on the location and geographical area. And the most common age is first decade of life. That is, it involves primary dentition. Right and left side is equally affected. SOD is presented as non-progressive facial asymmetry, which shows gingival hyperplasia, enlarged maxilla from canine to maxillary tuberosity, missing premolars, abnormal spacing, and delayed eruption. However, other teeth can also be missing. So, in this picture, we can see that the tooth have been misplaced totally in maxillary tuberosity, and there is also gingival hyperplasia. So the classification of segmental odontomaxillary dysplasia is of two types, type 1 and type 2. Type 1, also known as classical type, is dento-gingivo-alveolar type, and type 2 is cutaneous gingivo-dento-alveolar, which is further subdivided based on hypertrichosis, promontory, erythematous, and commissural defects. Welch and Steen in 2004 has given acronym HATS to describe segmental odontomaxillary dysplasia, where H stands for hemimaxillary enlargement, A stands for asymmetry of face, T stands for teeth abnormalities, and S stands for skin findings, where the skin findings can be hypopigmentation of lip, nevus, hypotrichosis, and the radiographic features of SOD is ill-defined radioopacity, thickened and coarse trabeculation of bone, reduced maxillary sinus, and on radiograph we can appreciate agenesis of premolar on the affected site. Microscopically, segmental odontomaxillary dysplasia, it shows the involved bone has large and irregular bony trabeculae with resting and reversal lines without osteoblastic or osteoclastic priming. That is, the lacunae are filled with osteocytes, but there is absence of osteoblast and osteoclast. The common differential diagnosis for segmental odontomaxillary dysplasia is regional odontodysplasia, but here we can see that although the segment is involved, there is no expansion of bone, there is no gingival enlargement, and usually the anterior segment of maxilla is affected, that is the incisor and canine part, and there is no agenesis of premolar on the affected side, and the teeth, they usually have large pulse chambers. Thank you everyone for viewing this video. Please give it a like and subscribe to my channel Oral Pathology Guide for more videos and for more information. Stay tuned.